We're in Anilao, Batangas, and this is episode 2. I got a yellow condom on my microphone because we're in the sun, and it's crazy. I just went on my second dive, which was pretty wild. Got to see little fishies at the coral reef. Got to just be down there. There was a drift, a current. Go with the flow. Maybe that's the lesson today, is just going with the flow. After this, I go back to Quezon City or wherever in Manila to be with my Auntie Relly, my Lola. She's old Filipino lady that I'm supposed to fist bump with respect. This is called a mano. When you want to show respect to your elders, you grab their hand and you touch it to your forehead like you're a younger chimpanzee. And I'm not saying Filipinos are monkeys. See, already racist off to the start. I knew I was going to say something offensive. There's boats out there. I'm hoping this works. It's kind of cool. I'm on the beach. I'm very inspired by Music Travel Love, which is a video channel that they've been showing. And it's just them making music, and it's 2 guys and a bunch of other people now, and they just go to different places. And so who knows, maybe I start with this, and then down the line I'm doing shows with people, and then all of a sudden we're doing little shows out in the middle of nowhere where we're just talking, figuring out life. The name of this game is say what's on my mind and don't hold back. Whatever thoughts, whatever feelings I'm having, I'm just going to do it. Completely naked before you. I got clothes on, but just naked in vulnerability. My friend Justin says vulnerability is my superpower, which is literally not true, because vulnerability is the opposite of strength. And so vulnerability is what enables your superpower to fail. Like kryptonite is Superman's vulnerability. His superpower is that he has a superpower. So you get the point. It's a what is that called? A paradox. It's called a paraprosdokian, which is my favorite word, which means against expectation. Vulnerability. What does that mean? I mean, I feel very vulnerable. I'm out here speaking. Nobody can hear me except you guys. I got a yellow condom on a microphone, and we're talking, and there's wind. I hope this acts as a windscreen. I'm not sure how great it's going to absorb the sound, but we'll see. It's very windy here, and we're just is a thought? See, that's the name of the game. Is the rule is whatever I'm thinking, I have to say to you, and I just have to keep this stream of consciousness dialogue. I guess is a mistake, so I'm gonna make mistakes. And that's the point, not to think, just be out here speaking freely. Free speech is the goal. Free thought is the process. And so whatever I say, whatever I think comes out my mouth like a human centipede of thought and action and behavior. Anyways, that was disgusting. Poop jokes. I got poop jokes. I used to tell a lot of poop jokes back in the day. I had this joke. My girlfriend told me I need to be more spontaneous in bed, so I started taking laxatives. She never saw what was coming. I said that while high on weed at a Denver comedy club, and it had a thing in the back. It said soiled dove, and I said, is that a poop joke? There's a clip of it on Instagram. I probably deleted it because I'm trying to clean up my past. Clean up my present. You can't really clean up your past, which is another thing about vulnerability. See, how do I talk about the dirty things I did to unearth them so that I can now clean up my present? That's something. There's scripture around it. Paul says, do not even talk about what the children of disobedience do in secret. But they were doing some crazy stuff like sacrificing children and lots of lewd, disgusting things. Now, I'm talking about the disgusting, filthy heart that I had before Christ, and that even when I found Christ, I still did disgusting things. And so, I'm trying to be as pure as possible. I'm figuring out where I came from. I'm getting in touch with my past. I'm getting in touch with my mom. I'm figuring out where I came from, what my roots are. There was 2 questions I was trying to answer. Who am I and where do I come from? And I think I'm doing a pretty good job of starting to explore that. Who am I? Now, there is so many levels to the self and stripping away things, and this is part of it, I think. Figuring out who am I when I just allow my thoughts to roam freely? That's what journaling is. That's what free writing is. This is, in a sense, sort of like free writing, like the artist's way. The artist's way says just write, stream of consciousness, talk, go. That might be how I start every single morning, to be honest. I should probably, if at all possible, record these in the morning. But the nice thing about this is that I get to figure out different landscapes. I'm probably going to take you to different places, whether I'm traveling. I'm going to be in New York in April. If you're seeing this, come to my show. I have 7 shows at Under St. Mark's through the New York Fringe Festival with my buddy Sean Conrad. I'm delivering my Christian testimony to you. It's called Faith and the Hope of the Absurd. God, I hope that this wind is not destroying everything in terms of the audio. I hope the shot is correct. I didn't put it so that it's tracking me because it just keeps crapping out on me. You know what? I should probably test to see if everything's okay right now, because I'm really nervous about that. But it's on 0.7 zoom. I know there's a big backdrop. These are my blocking. I got these Kobe Gucci flip-flops, because Kobe and Gucci, both Italian and both played basketball. Gucci, famous basketball player who always played in flip-flops. That's actually where the term Gucci flip-flops comes from. These are literally Gucci flip-flops here. I hope I can zoom. It has Gucci on it, and it says Kobe. I don't know who came up with this. They're like, oh, we want to market to Americans. Gucci and Kobe. There's some people over there. And so, yeah, I mean, filming this, I'm sure people are just going to know that I'm doing some sort of vlog. So I like this because this indicates some sort of performative element to what I'm doing. This is beautiful. I mean, every single place that I stayed was better than the last in terms of the living conditions, but every single experience iterated on the last one, and I learned more. I learned about my mom. I learned about where she comes from. No, I'm filming something. Sorry. Yeah. Huh? Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. I was trying to sell you something. Yeah, I could get sponsored by that. See, this is difficult. Now I'm filming in public and I got to keep talking, and that's the point. But whatever I'm thinking, I'm just going to keep going. So, yeah, I got to hang out here and learn about my mom. We went to her old hometown in Sanchez Mira, and I got to go see where she grew up and really see, the house is a little dilapidated, obviously, but her dad died when she was 16 of cancer. She got into the University of the Philippines the day she passed the entrance exam, and then found out her dad died, and then she found out after. They didn't tell her because they wanted her to succeed. They wanted her to keep going. Her dad knew. And my grandpa, Lolo Ismael, was a freaking G. So was my mom. They were both Gucci flip-flopped out, Kobe all the way. My mom had that Mamba mentality. She had that Filipino fire. She had that Loida larynx. See, I was trying to do a LL. She has a Loida larynx, that's true. Everybody has a larynx that's named after them. I have a Nathanael larynx. Because, everybody has a larynx except people with laryngitis is inflammation of the larynx. See, I'm teaching people. I'm teaching you about what it means to be human. It's fun. I've been just hanging around here, learning different things, and just really understanding, where I came from and going on this adventure and just going forward, trying to figure things out. Now, this is scary to me, doing this, and I'm going to New York, and I'm going to get back into stand-up, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on stage, and I'm going to talk, and I don't know what's going to come out, and eventually those ideas are going to congeal and coalesce into something unified, grand, and adventurous, and I'm going to share that with you. And I'm going to do my one-man show again. I'm going to film it. Everything is up for grabs. That's what the Lord told me. Everything is worship. Everything is for the live, in person. Store up your wealth in the kingdom of God. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It's stored within reputational trust within other people. And the way to cultivate trust is through truth, telling the truth. That is what we are out here to do. And yesterday I talked about some stuff that was could evoke shame within the wrong hands. And so I'm trying to the more that I do this, the less I will care about people's perception of me. There was this video that I watched. Mr. Beast asked this Bollywood paparazzi channel about how much they post on Instagram. They post 100 times a day, and they get 9.2 billion impressions per month. There are less than 9.2 billion people on this planet. Imagine that's how many impressions you get. That's how many people look at you. That's how many people see what you are. And now it's obviously paparazzi, right? And so there's celebrity culture within that. Also, I think I'm talking too fast, and then I watch the videos and I'm talking extremely slow, and then I watch everything on double speed. And so it's stream of consciousness. You're not going to get everything. This is drinking water through a fire hose. I'm the fire hose. I'm puking into your mouth. Truth. But you just don't micromanage people's perception of you. Now, perception is a tricky thing. There's a million things going around. There's a million things firing at once. So how can you micromanage people's perception of you? There's different depths of perception. There's different depths field. There's different sensitivity. And so why even think about what people are thinking about you? Why even think about yourself? There's no difference between self-consciousness and being miserable. Now, when I'm talking to you, the metaphorical you, whoever's on this, watching this on your computer or on your phone, hopefully for this few seconds that you're listening to me, you're not watching pornography, you're not stuck in fantasy, you're not comparing yourself to others. Maybe you're focused on me. Maybe you're focused on the fact that I'm so in the moment because I have to be, because the rules of this game are that I have to be in the moment. And if I break that rule, something bad happens. That's the other thing. I don't know what the consequences of breaking this rule is. But I know that that is the rule of this game. I must speak and I can't censor myself. That's it. I can't censor myself. Now you can censor me. You can tell me I'm a freaking fool. You can put on the comments that I suck. You can say whatever you want. Don't say that. Now, the rules of this game that I created, except that God is mandating me to do, is to speak freely. That's it. Now, that's an extremely difficult thing to do because other people are thinking things. When there's an audience here, I have to think, are they laughing? Are they laughing? Are they laughing? Are they laughing? Right now, I have none of that. It's a self-imposed mandate to speak the truth, no matter what. And I'm going to try it. And maybe that's what we're going to get other people to do. But the truth of your life is what's important. That's what I'm really out here to do, is to tell the truth of my life. Now, what does that even mean? There's the truth, and then there's righteousness. Now, everybody's saying there's a million different truths. It's your, no. It's what you believe is right. Everybody did what was right in those days in their own eyes. That's in Judges. There's one truth. There's not a million different truths. Okay? That's something I'm trying to abolish. Okay? I'm not trying to abolish private property. I'm not a communist. I'm trying to abolish the idea that there is many different truths. There are many different narratives, which are hierarchical orderings of the truth. There are many different ways to do what you think is right. But I don't think that's true. Truth is a foundational element, and righteousness is the right path. Okay? And that which leads to the greatest good for all involved, not the individualistic good. Now that's a debate. People can debate that. But I know that this, at least, I can tell you, I'm honestly, everything I say is what I speak, because you can see me thinking. If I stop, that's what my thought was. If I stop, that's what I was thinking, I said it. Now this is extremely difficult for people. You have people just sitting there and, what am I thinking? Just say it. But you're afraid. And I'm afraid too. All the time. How did I get to this point? I mean, I was in a bad place. I was in group therapy. They force you to speak. They say what you want. Say it. Stop holding back. Because this is the place. And then you would get into certain place. Don't talk about your trauma because it's going to trigger you. This. So I'm at a place now where I don't care. Not that I don't care. I do care what people think about me. In retrospect, not in the moment, but I do consider it. I do think about how my actions and my speech is going to affect other people. Now, that is in the context of a different conversation. Within the performative environment, I need to say it because I've been holding back. I have reams upon reams of Google Docs, of papers. I have recorded songs and I don't put them out. Why? Because they're not good enough yet. They're not perfect enough yet. They're not complete. What is complete? What makes it complete? What makes a piece of art complete? When it ceases to serve you, the creator, when it ceases to serve you. You got to give it away. You can't keep your children for yourself. You can't just keep it and hold on to your children and never let them experience the world. What time is it? My mom's up there again. She's going to be a recurring guest on this interruption. 2:40. I want to do 30 minutes. So I think that I started like 15, 20 minutes ago. Can you come back in 10 minutes? I should be good. Is that all right? Or 5 minutes? What do you think? 5 or 10? My mom's speaking. Okay. All right. We got 5-10 minutes to wrap this up. But look at this. It's beautiful. Why can't life be this adventurous all the time? Money? Not really. I got money. I got savings. Why? Fear? Not anymore. What's the point? I'm out here. Tiredness, intensity. There are different barriers. Now, you got to challenge yourself. You got to prepare for this. I was working nonstop for a whole month. I substitute taught a chemistry class. Shout out to Miss Fontaine and her class, and Mr. Wen, I should say. And I hope he has a wife, Miss Wen, if you're watching. But I worked extremely hard, and it felt like I was drowning. Great metaphor. I felt like I was drowning many of the times because I felt like I was playing water polo, and I did not even learned to swim. In fact, my mom's afraid of swimming and dogs. You gotta face your fears. Now, does that mean jump in front of traffic? No. It doesn't mean jump in front of traffic. It means look them in the eye and figure out why they scare you and then do something about it. But you gotta give yourself the opportunity to see what you're made of. And that's what that was about. I really saw what I was made of. I taught chemistry. I didn't major in chemistry. Now, yes, am I in the top 1% of IQ? Most likely. Am I in the top 1% for math comprehension? Yes. But what does that even mean? I'm substituting at my old high school that I was a whiz kid at. I said, you guys are probably gonna find out I'm one of the smartest kids in this school's history. And I'm substitute teaching your class. I'm not even a real teacher. Now, none of this might be usable because of the audio. I'm not completely sure how well this filters in the wind. The wind's pretty strong. And, that music travel vlog for sure. But I was really thinking about why can't my life be this adventurous all the time? And it can be. But you have to take on the call of the Lord. Whatever the Lord's calling you to do, you got to do it. You just got to do it. And you can't question it. And so this has been a wild 2 years of me just listening and really following no matter what. And am I going to lie and say that it hasn't been painful? It's been extremely painful. Am I going to lie and say that I want to get back into stand-up after all these years of feeling like I got in and it didn't work and I failed and people would tell? You know how many times people tell me that I'm going to be great and I don't believe them? I still don't believe them. That's not why you do something. If people say you need to do something because it's going to serve something greater than yourself, you do it. Now, I'm not saying they got to force you. Now, sometimes people say, oh, this person says I should do this or this. Most of the time, people say you should do a job, whatever that is. You should be a therapist. You should be a teacher. You should be a preacher. It's because you're doing it for free for them, and they value it, and they think you should get paid for it. Now, I don't need to get paid for this. I want to have a family, wife, kids. I want to be able to provide. I want to be able to start a business. I want to be able to make this look better. I want to be able to do my shows. I want to make cool stuff. What am I after, though? I'm after awe. Transcendent feelings of awe. I want to be inspired. I want to see the breath of life come out through tears and song. I want to feel invoked. Like God's voice is pouring out. Like I'm so much smaller than I can even imagine compared to Him. That's what He is. He made this. All of this. He made this. All of it. For us. It's out there. It's painful. Jump in that water. It's deep. It's cold. You might drown. But you can see some stuff. You can see a lot of cool things out there. So I know it's out there. This world is big and messy. And we might be on the brink of World War III. A lot of death. A lot of destruction. But this is just the start. We got dropped into the middle of a greater story than us. And when we're all said and done, it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to be glad I did that. Glad I went through the greatest pain I could ever surmount in order to feel the greatest grace and compassion I could ever think of. And take it from me. I am the single saddest person anybody in my life's ever known. Maybe not single, maybe second saddest. I've had people say, "You are the saddest I ever saw anyone ever." And now my therapist has to lie about how anxious and depressed I am so that I can still see him, because I said like nothing at all. Do I get anxiety? Do I get depressed? Yeah. Is it a clinical disorder? No. It's just an indicator that something better is on the way. I just don't know what it is. I'm going home, back to California. I'm going to go back to being a substitute at my school. I'm going to have the most fun ever. I'm done micromanaging people's perception of me. I'm done trying to get it, trying to make it, trying to be something. I'm just out here to live and experience, and tell the truth, and show you guys what it looks like to be fully naked and fully alive. Fully naked, fully alive. Sounds like a strip club. That's a great joke to end on. Good night. It's not night. Again, stupidity is at its best. On this, Nathanael has thoughts and prayers. Lord, Father, God, bless this video to everybody's eyes and ears, and hope that they can experience some of your grace through whatever I said, which I have no idea what I'm saying, but I'm saying it for you. I pray that we have a safe flight back, that the rest of this is good, that my nitrogen levels get depleted, that I can sleep sound and steady and get back home and prepare for what's next. And I don't know what it is, but I know you got something in store for me. I can't wait. And God bless every single person watching this. My name is Nathanael. This has been Nathanael Has Thoughts and Prayers, episode 2. We're doing this daily. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's simple. I'm going to press play, record, very minuscule editing, put it out. Thank you. Bye.